today's routine, wanting to bring back the progressive stretching. So the kind of movement-based stretching, and then into some of those longer duration holds. So that'll be our routine today. We'll touch on the entire body as well. So hopefully you're looking forward to a nice full stretch. As we usually do, if you haven't already, go ahead and stand up. Relax the arms at your sides. We're going to start with the head and neck first, with our head and neck tips from left to right. So this will be our first progressive holding base stretch. So as we get started here, keep it moving. Still go through the full range of motion, but try not to pause and hold for more than 1 second. And now on your next side, holding for about 3 to 4 seconds. So now starting that progression of slowing things down and holding the stretch a little bit longer. If you'd like to as well, you can gently pull the head a little deeper into the stretch. For our final progression, holding for 5 to 7 seconds. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you're ready, bring the head back to its normal position as we do kind of a similar thing with our head and neck turns from left to right. So keeping the head in a neutral position, eyes, I always like to say, kind of on an imaginary horizon line in front of you. And we'll turn the head from left to right. Again, that same movement, fluid movement oriented portion here, where we're not holding the end range of motion. And now getting into that little bit longer hold of 3 to 4 seconds on each side. And a little bit longer now, 5 to 7 seconds of a hold. And be sure to do an equal number to the right and to the left. And then bring the head back to its normal position. And let's get into our neck rock and rolls. So this one, not much of a progression or that progression method stretching. We'll simply just tip the head, chin to chest, and slowly and smoothly rock and roll the head from one shoulder to the other. And a couple more to each side, and we'll move into the shoulders, the back of the shoulders, that upper back. So head back to its normal position. All right, into our shoulder circles next. So with those arms and shoulders, just relax down at your sides, getting into your first circular motion through the shoulders. And the opposite direction when you're ready. And complete your last circle here and relax the shoulders once again as we move into the back of the shoulder stretch. So again, this one, that progression type stretching. So with your first side, take the arm across and then alternate to the opposite side. Again, keeping this one moving at a kind of normal pace. And now a little bit longer of a hold. So 3 to 4 seconds. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And 5 to 7 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more with the right and the left side. Excellent. Release out of that stretch. Moving into our standing version of cats and cows here. So with this one, again, not progressive stretching here, just more of a maybe 3-second hold, and then switching into the opposite or that second stretch. So we'll start with our horizontal arm reach, simulating that cat stretch. So reaching the arms forward, rounding the back, and hold 1, 2, 3, release. Again, making sure to come to that nice tall posture. And then the arms behind the back, press the arms down towards the ground as you arch your back. And again, holding for 3 seconds, 2, 3, and release. And horizontal arm reach, once again, 2, 3, release. And that standing cow, 2, 3. And one more time here, horizontal arm reach, 1, 2, 3, release. And our back bend, 2, 3, release. Excellent. Into the wrists and forearms here. So elbows at our sides, starting with our wrist circles. And the opposite direction when you're ready. And basic wrist stretch here for our wrist flexor muscles. So palm forward, fingers up, or palm forward, fingers down if you want a little more aggressive of a stretch. Fingers up tends to be a little bit more gentle or comfortable. And switch. And for our final wrist stretch, keeping this one moving with our gentle fist stretch. So gently clench the fingers into the hand, let the hand drop towards the floor. And then from here, trying to twist and turn through the forearm. I've mentioned before with this one specifically, I notice myself doing it from time to time, trying not to rotate through the shoulder. We don't want to be up in that kind of shrugged position. Want to keep the shoulders relaxed and just let the rotation come through the forearm. When you're ready, spread the fingers out a few times. Let's get into the side of the torso here next. So this one, back to that progressive method of stretching. So in a comfortable position, again, you can reach up throughout these stretches as you'd like to. I'm going to start with my arms below the shoulders for more of that localized stretch through that lower portion, my obliques, into my lower back. And keeping this smooth, no need to rush through it. Now that little longer duration of a hold, so 3 to 4 seconds. I'm going to start reaching up overhead for these ones. And when you're ready, our last longer duration section here, 5 to 7 seconds of a hold. And 1 or 2 more with each side, depending on how fast you're counting or how many you have done so far. And we will move into now the hips, the hip flexors here. So for this first one, just our hip circles, like we've done a couple times. So starting with just basic hip circles here, your normal or typical circular motion. And then at this point here, getting into some kind of maybe bigger or over exaggerated circles to help get the hip bone tilting in both directions, forward and backward, a little bit more. When you're ready, go back the other direction, starting with just those normal or smaller hip circles. And now those bigger circles. When you're ready, come to a complete stop, back to your standing position, and now the hip flexors. So over these last couple minutes here into our step backs, try and do this one more of that progressive method that we've been doing. So as you do this one, your first non-holding base stretches might be a little longer, a little bit deeper, but no matter the length of your step back, engaging your glutes to help tuck your tailbone and hips underneath the body. This one may get your heart rate up a little bit, but we're getting into now that 3 to 4 second hold. So you'll notice my feet, I'm taking a little bit shorter of a step back to keep both feet flat on the floor, kind of similar to our basic holding base stretch to help allow me to squeeze the glute and tuck the hips a lot better underneath my body, again, for that more optimal stretch. Again, 3 to 4 seconds here for these last few. And now 5 to 7 seconds. And maybe one more to each side as we close out our routine today. So thanks everyone for joining me. Hope you have been enjoying that method of stretching. It's